Hey everybody, this is Gaynor Meilke with Accounting Ignited, and I just got back from Taxposium 2026, put on by the National Association of Tax Practitioners, and there were a few takeaways that I wanted to talk about today in regard to what was on the docket at Taxposium, but more broadly on what I saw from the firms that I was talking to there, and also solution providers who are serving the market as well. So, really, I think the emphasis at Taxposium 2026 was, choosing your own adventure to a certain extent in tax, and there was tax representation, tax advisory, compliance in terms of return preparation, all of kind of the basic cornerstones of the tax practice there. But what I saw from a lot of practitioners were people who are basically choosing their own niche within tax and going deep on that, which I love to see because it feeds right into one of the areas that I think accountants need to be focused on for the future is the business model. And that's where a lot of solution providers come in because they give you the tools and platform to be able to fulfill the strategy and the tax workflow that you need to achieve your goals. So, for example, we work deeply with Canopy, and Canopy is the all-in-one practice management solution, but it also can feed a lot of your tax workflow. They have the top of the line AI tools in there, everything from Note Taker to Canopy Copilot or Coworker, which is like Copilot, and they allow you to really manage your entire practice in tax. They even have transcripts tools in there so that you have a contained system that you can utilize in your practice and set it up, customize it to what your particular needs are. So tools like that are great, but first you need to know what your business model is and how you want to fulfill it, and then how to set up the different platforms and tools that you're going to use to get the job done. What I see in terms of, I guess, the sizzle, which was one of the themes of the rock, paper, sizzle theme that NATP had at Taxposium, is all of the shiny objects around AI when we want to really be thinking about how AI is going to help within the systems that we're using. I don't think that it's the accounting and tax professionals' job to become software engineers. We're trying to lift ourselves out of building the practice and actually executing at the highest level. So when you make yourself a bookkeeper, a compliance person instead of the advisor or the tax business owner, then really being a software engineer is the same thing. You don't really want to be building your own AI. And there's a number of different reasons for that. One being the compliance factor with all of the new professional standards that the IRS has put out in terms of your liability of using AI. You certainly don't want to be kind of jerry-rigging your own software, at least not in my opinion. I think that going with a trusted partner solution where they have embedded AI where it makes sense and it's safeguarded with guardrails is a better solution. And I'm seeing a lot of firms who are kind of realizing that once they try to use those tools. So the other piece of it is when you're building your own AI, you're not necessarily taking into account every scenario. But for those of you who want to do that, just make sure that you do take into account all of the compliance, the risk, the cyber liability, insurance that you're going to need as well. Those were all things that I really didn't necessarily see represented at Taxposium, but certainly things to think about. And as we move forward into the end of 2026, and you're looking at what's going to be next on the horizon for your firm, I think instead of thinking about I need to figure out the AI, so I think time is really better spent before we look at tools and before we look at different training programs to determine what you want your business model to be. Because in tax, you can be a tax mill, you can be a boutique tax firm, you can go on volume, you can go with advisory and fewer clients, or you can scale and build, a team by either partnering with other professionals or scaling by acquiring. You might want to be looking at an exit in 5 to 10 years, and then you really want to make sure that you've got good systems in place because nobody's going to buy spreadsheets and stacks of paper. And if you are struggling to put any of these pieces together, Accounting Ignited, we're part of Charisma Inc., will definitely be there to help you. We work with firms, we work with solution providers, and then we work with the educators and education platforms in the accounting channel so that we can help you put a comprehensive plan together and really dominate in the way that makes sense for you. Because, at Charisma Inc., our tagline has always been own your market, make change happen. And Accounting Ignited does that in the accounting channel. So we work with you on business model first. What's the strategy to achieve the goals that you want to achieve while working that business model? And then what's the structure that you need to make those goals into reality? And along the way, of course, we have a lot of good conversations. We work with you, coaching you where you need it, and then can help you execute in a number of different ways or suggest partners who might be able to help you too. So if you're interested in realigning your firm to where you want to go in the future, or if you're just starting your firm, please reach out to me, Gaynor Meilke, and you can find me on LinkedIn at Gaynor Hardy Meilke, or you can email me Gaynor at charismainc.com, or visit accountingignited.com or charismainc.com, and you can connect with us there. So from NATP Taxposium to 2027 and beyond, I would say that the name of the game, because there's so much disruption, but so much opportunity in the tax channel, the accounting channel, bookkeeping channel. It's a great time to be a trusted financial business advisor, but you need to do that with your first foundation, which is your own business as a tax accounting or bookkeeping professional. So we're here to help you with that and certainly point you in the direction of other good resources along the way. And you can start with the Accounting Ignited magazine, which you can get on the accountingignited.com website. Just sign up for our accounting library and you'll see it there. And then you'll get weekly tips and information from us to help you grow and develop your firm and really enjoy your tax and accounting uh, adventure, knowing all of the latest insider information, new products, new education events from around the accounting channel that you can participate in as well. So it's a great time to be in tax and accounting, and we're happy to be part of the journey with you, whether you choose to be a client or just a consumer of the information that we provide to firms and solution providers every week and every day.